Hello guys, my name is VVVPPP and I'll bring you today another guide for the Object 279E. In this case, the coalition group. The coalition groups are the French, the Czechoslovakia, the Sweden and Italy branches. So let's get to it. First mission, I was there, sorry. First mission to complete is Ruthless Hunter. In this case, earn the Fighter or Top Gun award in 3 out of 10 battles. So if we can remember good, the Fighter achievement is managed when you destroy 4 enemy vehicles. Let's see. Yes, you need to destroy at least 4 or 5 enemy vehicles per battle. So you need to destroy a lot, and in this case I will recommend you this tank, the M451 heavy French tank, because with its armor, with its damage per minute and its mobility, you can be around the map withstanding enemy shots and destroying them easily with this tank. Because damn, this gun is so amazing that you actually can take any tier 8, tier 9, tier 10 obviously too, and obviously spamming APC rounds obviously to secure those killing shots. In 3 of 10 battles, it's pretty easy with this tank. Actually, I don't know why I didn't do it with honors at the first try, but anyway, I have time for that now. Next mission is the Top Gun. Cause 3000 of damage to enemy vehicles 5 times in a row. Be careful with that one. In this case, I used an Italian tank, if I recall good. That was the Progetto Modello 65. Because of the potential drum damage, and because besides that, the mobility that you have in this tank. You can be moving around the map pretty quickly and dropping all the 4 shots necessary in enemy vehicles and hide again. If you don't have this one, actually you can use any of the recently buffed heavy Sweden tanks. God, with that buff, these tanks are pretty amazing actually. You can clip with just 3 clips of the damage done with this tank is done. Actually, with two clips actually, I think it can be done. They just hit too hard. And if not, if you spend 25 million credits in the recent black market, well, if you have the chance to get this tank, you can actually do it too. With just 2 clips, it's done the mission. It's pretty damn easy. But remember, you need to secure those shots because 5 times in a row. If you fail on the last one, that's sad, man. So you need to be pretty secure on where you are positioning your tank in this case. But it's damn easy with a tier 10. Next mission is 3-1 is the Warhorse. Earn a total of 5 rewards in Battle Heroes category R or Epic Medals. I did that one with a tier 8 premium vehicle called the Progetto 46. This is actually pretty good tank. It's pretty easy to do with this one because if you are facing low tiers like tier 10 or tier 6 or tier 7, remember you have a pretty good drum potential damage of 720 actually. So actually getting kills is pretty easy with this tank. And if you are in a high tier level battle, facing tier 9 and tier 10, if you destroy 2 tier 9s, it's a secure medal. If you destroy artillery, by example, it's pretty easy too with this tank, and you will secure another epic medal. So, and besides that, the mobility of this tank is amazing. So give it a try, do it with this tank. If you don't have the Progetto 46, you can do it with any other tier 8 vehicle of these 4 nations. For example, with the recently buffed M1 2. But remember, if you don't do kills with a heavy tank against tier 9s or tier 10s, they will not counter towards a medal. So be careful with that one. The next one is a Crushing Blow. Damage or destroy enemy internal modules or crew members, totaling at least 13 modules or crew members in 10 battles. Okay guys, for this mission, I cannot recommend you a better tank than the Foch 155 because of the potential damage that the drum has, and besides that, his gun with HE obviously is highly penetrating. It's a highly penetrating gun, so it will be pretty easy with this one. And the trick to get it is just to try to get very close to the enemy vehicles and ambush them, and get some time to try to aim to the lower armored parts of the vehicle, because it's pretty easy to penetrate with this kind of gun. Apart from that, I actually had luck with this mission, because in the 4 missions that 4 battles I have in a row, I did it in just 4 battles. I had the chance to face tier 8 and tier 9 vehicles, which most of the time they don't have too many thick armor, so it was pretty easy to one-shot Scorpion Gs, to shoot him Cannon Jack Panzer 105, to shoot Leopard Prototype B, and that kind of enemy vehicles. So it's pretty easy with this one. If not, if you don't have this one, well, let me tell you, it's pretty easy with that one. But if you don't have it, try to use the cram bank with HE rounds, and I normally try to aim to weak spots. If you have a side vehicle, try to aim in the back of the tank so you can destroy the engines or fuel tanks. Normally Russian tanks have the fuel tanks in the frontal of the tank, so it's pretty easy to knock out those vehicles too. But in general, it's pretty easy with the Foch 155. 5-1 is, I will be your shield. Block 13 enemy hits. Then again, I use my favorite tank of the French line, which is the M451. Here it is. Because again, this tank has a lot of absorbed frontal armor, even if well angled towards the enemy. They will be normally bouncing you from the frontal of the gun, from the frontal of your whole armor. So it's pretty easy with this tank. If you don't have it, well, you can actually use, let me check. The tier 10 actually is pretty decent in this manner. Or, I don't know, this premium tank too. It's pretty sturdy on the frontal. Or it's pretty expensive actually. It costs almost 12k of gold. So well, if you haven't, just do it with that one. Another mission is 6-1 is Stiletto. Score armor penetrating hit on an enemy vehicle 70 times in 10 battles. Well, I did it pretty dumb in this battle actually, in this mission, because I actually used a tier 10 Model 65, Progetto 65, but in my opinion, actually thinking, I could have used this one, an auto ladder gun tank. Because of the same reason, you actually have the chance to get a side of the tank and snap 3 shots in an enemy vehicle. In average, you need to do at least 8 penetrating rounds per battle. And besides of that, if you are facing tier 6 and tier 5 and tier 7, they're pretty actually easy to do it too, because those tanks actually have no armor. So it's pretty easy with the Progetto 46. If not, try to use another tier 8 vehicle actually. Like by example the ACDC, sorry for the rock reference. The CDC or the FCM 50T too, because this tank actually shoot pretty fast right now. That was the 6th, yes. 7th mission is nothing personal, it's just business. Destroy 2 enemy vehicles of 2 different types. In this mission, again, I use it again and again, my M451, because of the same reason. You can be around the map, sniping enemy vehicles with this tank, being properly in front of the enemy vehicles, because you need to be on front to destroy actually. And actually it was pretty fast. I mean, pretty easily to do. Remember, you need to do it 3 times in a row. So you need to secure those shots. If not, you can actually use any other vehicle where you feel free. I mean, you feel pretty easily to destroy enemy vehicles. Like by example, the Emil-1 since the buffing, or actually the Progetto 46 too. With those tanks, it's pretty easy to destroy enemy vehicles. Was the 8? No, that was the 7, the last one. Yes. So the 8 is My Duty Never Ends. In this case, earn the patrol duty awards. Remember, if I recall good, the patrol is to this. Help your teammates to damage at least 6 enemy vehicles by spotting them. The player must be the only one spotting the enemy vehicles at the moment when the damage is done. So, well, you need to be in a light tank, and what better tank to use than the new wheeled vehicles? Like by example, the AMX, well, this is not a vehicle, a wheeled vehicle, this one is. What better tank to use than this one actually? With this one you can be around the map pretty easily, pretty quickly, and besides the speed is so fast that enemy vehicles will have a hard time trying to hit you. Obviously don't be so resting your mind in the velocity of this tank and mobility, because you will be get confused and will be get shot. But remember, it needs to be done in 2 out of 10 battles. Check. Yes, 2 out of 10 battles, so pretty easily. Remember to use the reset button until you get the first time award, and then you have 9 battles to do it again. Obviously, if you're having NN where you are just having closed maps, don't do it on that day. Remember, like I told you in the intro, wait until you get open maps to do this kind of missions, so you don't get frustrated. And if you don't have the ADR 105, that's the best time for doing it actually. The ADR 105. You don't have to use any of the other light tanks because these tanks have a lot of range, view range. Remember, you need view range, and because of the wheeled vehicles don't have the tier 9 and below don't have so much good view range, I will not recommend them for this mission. This one that was the 8. Yes. 9-1 is let their fate be a lesson to you. Cause damage to an average of 4 different enemy vehicles per battle. Restriction, you need to cause at least 2 damage to 2 different enemy vehicles in a battle. In 10 battles in total. So you need to do damage at least 4 different enemy vehicles per battle. In this case, I will recommend you to use artillery. Because remember guys, if you are using a regular vehicle, you need to be in the front of the enemy vehicles. You'll probably get destroyed and stuff, so, well, it better to be in the back of the map destroying the Mayan vehicles at long distance. So in this case I will recommend you in French artillery. If you don't have this one, you can use the tier 9. I actually used the tier 9 because of the mobility. And besides that, this gun allows you to shoot faster, and you actually will be shooting every 24 seconds, I think. So every 24 seconds to damage a single different vehicle in the map. Pretty damage actually. So go ahead and give it a try with arc. If not, you can use a regular tank, but remember, you can get destroyed and start again. The 10th mission, you cannot hide. Enable your allies to cast 1500 HP to damage to enemy vehicles by spotting them or destroying their tracks. What can we use in this case? Oh hell yeah. The AVR 105 again. Because of the speed, because of the mobility, and because of the spotting. Actually, in this case, we have 445 meters of spotting. That's the maximum. And because you can be around the map every time, it's pretty easy to just to spot enemy vehicles and the allies do the rest of the job. Pretty damn easy with this one. If not, then again, I recommend you the tracked light tanks because of the spotting damage. And besides that, you can do spotting damage with passive scouting with these tanks, especially if you have the ALC Even 19. Pretty beautiful tank and pretty easy to do this mission with this tank actually, because it's so small. You can get in the middle of any bush in the map and that's it. The enemy will never see you. That was the 10? Yes. The 11th mission is Lord of Destruction. Be the top player in the battle, Remember? That means your team and the enemy team by number of vehicle destroyed. Restriction, destroy at least 2 enemy vehicles. I actually used the Projero 46 again because you are getting a lot of tier 8 battles and you are being top tier. Well, it's pretty easy job to do because with just a drum discharge you can take out the most of the tier 6 enemy vehicles, and tier 7 enemy vehicles, if they are having just 400 damage, just load up the 3 rounds of them. So it's pretty easily to take out enemy vehicles with this kind of autoloader tanks, especially with the Projector 46 if you're facing low tier enemy vehicles. So give it a try if you don't have the Projector 46. Remember that in the regular 3 tech there is the Pantera 44. Sorry, I pronounced that like if it was German, sorry. The Pantera 46, 44 I think. Let me check it. Yes, Pantera 44. You can use that one too. It's the same gun of the Projector 46. What's the 11? Let's see the next one. I'm sorry, that needs to be done in 3 out of 7 battles. Pretty easy. Honorable service. Earn a total of 5 rewards in the Battle Heroes category are on epic medals. This is exactly the same mission of the 2, I think? No. Ah, exactly. This is the same mission that the 3. This is the same mission of the 3 mission. So for this one, actually I use it again, the Projector 46, for the same reason. If you are facing top tier enemy vehicles, it can be destroyed pretty easily with this tank. You have good mobility, you have a potential of 3 rounds burst, and if you don't have one, then again you can use any other tier A vehicles like the Pantera 44 actually. So it's the same thing. Just in this case, you actually have more chance to do it in 3 out of 7. I mean, in how many times? 5 times in 10 battles actually. This is more. In the last one is how much times? 7 times in 7 battles. In this guys are 10, so even more easily. The third one is dangerous and moving. Block 2 times more damage than the hit points of your vehicle. Okay, I jumped in this one because in that moment I actually managed to do other missions. And since I have 4 orders left, I just use it for skip this battle and jump straight to the 15th mission. But actually I bought this tank. Check it. I actually bought the tier 8 French premium vehicle because this tank is pretty bouncy actually. It has good frontal armor, it has a sturdy frontal turret, and use the same tactic that with the object 268 version 4 to stay like at 100 meters of the enemy vehicles, so they will try to shoot you out, but once since the RNG will start to to suck at distance, and so you will probably be bouncing enemy shots at that distance. If you don't have this one, actually I will read it. Some people have done that mission with the M451 again because of the troll armor that has this tank. Next mission is third one is killing. No, third one. Okay, this was the third one. The 14th mission is King of the Hill. Be the top player in the battle but damage caused. It needs to be done in 3 out of 5. And in this case, I actually used the Projecto 65 because of the potential drum damage, the mobility. You can be around the map pretty quickly, easy, and the camo rating actually has a good concealment. 23 in the stationary and 18 in mob. Okay, it's not too much. But since these tanks are new in the branch, well, you can actually give it a try with this tank. It has an insane amount of camouflage. 28 in the move. That's absurd actually. That's the amount of camouflage on that TV. So you can be hide in the back of a mountain or just sniping enemy vehicle with this tank, but it's not too good to snipe actually. But I actually did it with this, and remember, it needs to be done in the battle. That means so your vehicle, your Yeah, in the battle. So that means your team and the enemy team. So be sure to at least try to do 3,500 damage per battle with this kind of mission. If you are facing other tier 10 enemy vehicles, like 15 tier 10 versus 15 tier 10, then try to do at least 4,500 damage per battle to secure this mission. And last but not least, 15 mission. Way to go! Receive the Mastery class badge class 1 or higher in 3 out of 15 battles. And like I told you in the other missions, use a tank where you feel comfortable killing enemy vehicles, destroying enemy vehicles, doing damage and stuff. In my particular case, since I feel pretty invincible in this tank, I just use this one. I did it in the 8th try actually. I did it in 8 battles in a row. Did it the mission. And it was pretty easy with this one because the people try to shoot you here and just bounce and try to hit you on the cupola and just wiggle the turret and they will not penetrate you. So it was pretty amazing. This time was easily, like I told you, the 15 missions are the most easily of all the battles, if I recall good. And then again, if you are used to use another tank, like by example the M1, and you notice that you get a lot of high first class or M or Ace tank actually, go ahead and use the tank where you feel more invincible, like I told you in the other battles, in the other videos. So the 15 mission is, like I told you, a question of taste. So like I told you, I used that one because I feel pretty invincible in that tank. So that's it, guys. 15 missions again for the coalition group. Like I told you, if you have any kind of doubts or question, go ahead and ask me in the commentary section. Then again, good luck with the missions, and I'll see you in the battlefield.